Hello again, everybody. We're here with Chad Tips. He's now the head coach of the Lincoln County Lady Falcons. He's swapped over and coaching the girls here at Lincoln County High School. And Coach, it's that time of year. The basketballs are out there bouncing around. It's just about time to go.
It is. We've been able to work at practicing here for about a week or so, and girls are doing really good, and we're working really hard. We've got a long way to go, but we're excited.
Talk a little bit about the transition from the boys over here to the girls. Other than the obvious, what's the biggest transition for you?
I haven't noticed a big transition as far as boys versus girls. It's a big transition as far as how young we are compared to the last few teams I've had on the boys' side. We had a lot more veteran players than we do on the girls' side. But I told them when I first got the job I was probably going to coach them the same way as I have the guys for the last 13 years. So from that standpoint, they've handled it pretty well. I think it's gone well, but it is different as far as just because we're really, really young this year and we haven't been that young. I've never had a team that is as young as we are right now. So that part's different, but that would be the same if it were really young guys too, I think. So it's gone well, and I'm excited to get started and get our regular season underway.
Not only a transition for you, but a transition for the girls coming over and learning maybe a little bit of a different system from you.
Yeah, it is. Of course, we've got about 6 or 7 kids who are freshmen who've never played high school basketball, so that would have been different regardless. And then last year, the returning players, they played a lot of zone and things like that. Coach Hart and I have done a lot of similar things in the past, but of the last year or two, he'd gotten into playing a lot more zone and things, and it was pretty effective for the most part. But we're going to try to play more man-to-man and things like that. But overall, it's just going to be a whole lot different even for the returning players from that aspect. And then just with young kids coming up who've never played high school basketball, just the speed of the game and being a little bit more physical, that kind of thing is different. So there's a lot of differences, but they're working hard to overcome all those. And like I said, they're working really, really hard, got good attitude. So we're excited about the future.
Talked about the young kids. Let's go through your roster a little bit and talk about each player.
Okay, the first one numerically is number 10, Haven Johnson. She's a guard. She's a freshman kid. Played at Highland Rim in the past. The best thing she does is she shoots the basketball, and she's extremely coachable. Listens to everything you ask her to do, and is working really hard to get better. And then the next player is number 11, Amia Kate Richardson. She's also a freshman. Played at Highland Rim also. Had a really good middle school career and has done a good job up here for us. She's having to learn the role of playing point guard at the high school level. She's played a lot of point guard in the past, but just like anything else, when you do it in high school, it's a little bit more intense, a little bit more physical, a little bit more. The game's a little bit faster. So she's adjusting to that, and she's adjusting well. But she's also a freshman. And then we have number 12, Millie Slayton. She's a sophomore. She played a whole lot of minutes last year. She's extremely competitive, good athlete, and one of the most experienced players we have, which is unusual when you're a sophomore. But I think she's going to be a very good player for us. Then our lone senior is Brie Falkner. She's going to play a little bit of guard, a little bit of post for us. She's the one kid who can play 2 or 3 positions right now and kind of handle it mentally, because I think that's the experience level she's got. And she played a little bit of that last year for Coach Harden, played a little bit of outside and a little bit inside. But she's doing a nice job and doing a nice job leading us. And then Lucy Higgins is a freshman. She's going to be a little bit like Brie in the fact that she's going to play a little bit on the perimeter, but she may get matched up with a post every once in a while because she's real long-armed and long-legged, and she's very athletic, and she plays really, really hard. And she had a pretty good summer, but I've been really pleased when she's come back from volleyball here lately with our practice in the fall. She's really made another step up in her game, and she's done a nice job. And then we have Lily Stubblefield, another freshman who's from Unity. Really good shooter. She's a lot like Haven. That's the strength of what she does. She can shoot the basketball. She's one of the more talented players offensively for us right now. Plays the wing, and she's done a nice job in practice so far. Then we also have Allie Hall, who is a post player. She's a sophomore. She's a lot like Millie, and she's got some of the most experience on the team. She gives us a lot of length, and she's going to play mostly with her back to the basket. However, she also does a pretty nice job when she faces the basket as far as making some jump shots and things like that. But whenever she's active defensively, she's a really big asset for us. But again, she brings a lot of experience, which is huge. And then Josie Hall is number 24. She's a freshman. She's another Highland Rim kid that had a really good career out there. She rolled her ankle the last week in conditioning, actually running sprints, and that's held her back here early on, but she had a really good summer for us, and we're looking forward to her getting back healthy and being ready to play for us. Then we have Briley Bane, who is a sophomore, but she's never played high school basketball here. She's she's transferred over, and she's really done a nice job. In the summertime, we had her playing guard and playing out facing the basket, but she's really adapted now to playing in there and playing post. She's really athletic, a physical type kid, and extremely coachable. So I think she's going to be beneficial for us to have on our roster. Then we have Adriana Castillo. She's a sophomore, so she's automatically got quite a bit more experience than a lot of kids on our team. She's, I think she can be a really good defender with more consistency there, and she plays really hard and does a really nice job communicating and things like that. A lot of times you don't think about, but she adds a lot to our team. Then we have Madison Thomas, who's also a sophomore. She played at Unity when she was in junior high, and she played a little bit last year in high school, but didn't get a ton of experience. And we're going to need her to play quite a few minutes for us this year. But she does a nice job. She's one of the few true post players we have that's more comfortable in the paint than she is outside. But she's done a nice job so far. Then Ashton Tyler, he may be the hardest worker on our team. She's had a great fall as far as conditioning and all that kind of thing, and just that's flown right into to our practices. She's a freshman. She's kind of small, but she works at it, and I think she's going to be a really good player before it's said and done here at Lincoln County. Then we have Treece, who she's a sophomore, so she's about like Millie and Allie as far as they got quite a bit of experience last year as freshmen, and so we're going to lean on her and her leadership and her experience. And right now she's had a really good fall practice time, and the first week of practice has gone pretty well for her. And I think she's going to be a big part of our team this year. Then Madeline Huff is our only junior we have, and she just got back from volleyball not long ago. So as far as the conditioning aspect and some of that kind of thing, she's like several of the other volleyball players, a little bit behind, but she's done a nice job falling right in and trying to work and trying to catch up. She's a pretty good shooter, and that's really we're going to have a hard time scoring, and that could be really valuable to have someone to be able to make an open shot. Faith Beard is number 45. She had a knee injury about halfway through the fall. Again, I've never actually had anybody get hurt running, I don't think, in 13, 14 years. And we've had two, and I saw both when they happened, and they're legitimate. They're not faking it at all. But anyway, she's going to have knee surgery, and she's going to miss most of the year, if not the entire year. With that, but she's up until then she was doing a nice job working, and of course she's still around the program. We enjoy her being a part of it, but she's going to have a hard time getting back on the floor this year, and maybe she will be before it's said and done. And then our last player is number 50, Meg Weaver. She's a sophomore. She was a part of the high school program last year, and with as few of players as we've got that have been a part of the high school program, it's good to have as many as you can. And Meg's done a nice job of just leading by example and doing a nice job working and trying to improve every day. And she's naturally a pretty good shooter, and we're trying to put her in situations where she can accentuate her positives as far as that goes. But she's done an outstanding job working. And then Maddie Jeans is she's our manager, and a lot of times those people who are willing to do that are harder to find than some people who play for you in certain positions. And Maddie's here every day, and she runs the clock, and she grabs extra stuff that we need, and she'll be at all the games, and she does a nice job. And then our assistant coaches are Coach Pat Cavender and Matt Prince, and Stephen Bryan is going to help us when he can. And all three of those individuals do a nice job of doing everything that I forget or don't do a good enough job at. So they keep me straight. And overall, it's a really good group. As I mentioned earlier, I've been excited about getting started. And, we've got a long way to go, and a lot of that's due to youth and inexperience. But, we're getting a little bit better every day. And it's so far everyone's pulling in the same direction, and I'm excited about getting started.
Everything cranks up November 14th. I think it's Siegel here at Lincoln County High School, so definitely need a big crowd out here and cheer these kids on.
We do. We're blessed to have a good community and kids from good families that are very supportive, and it's been that way for a long time. And like you said, November 14th against Siegel, they'll be coming down here from Murfreesboro. And anytime you can get a team from Rutherford County down here to play, because they can go anywhere, a lot closer to play. It'd be good to get a good crowd out here and to support our girls and support our guys, and start the year off on a good note.
Coach, appreciate your time today. Good luck this season. You can catch all the games on YTM this year, home and away, so make sure you tune in. Coach, good luck this year.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Welcome back, everybody. We're now talking with Marty Smith. He's the new head boys basketball coach here at Lincoln County High School. And Marty, it's good to have you here. Welcome to Lincoln County.
I appreciate it. Good to see you.
Talk about your team this year. A new bunch of guys coming in with a new coach. Talk about that a little bit.
It's been interesting after taking the job over, in May and going through summer workouts and going through, obviously spring training basketball, then fall workouts. The kids have really responded. It's been a different form in some aspects, but in some aspects it's been, just the same old, and very thankful for what Chad's been able to do to help me make the transition coming from Alabama up to Tennessee, because there is some difference. And so to be able to see how these kids have responded, it's been very encouraging for me, but it's also been very encouraging for them.
A Marty Smith coached basketball team. What will people see when they come out and watch this year?
Number one, I hope 94 feet, and the second thing is I hope that they see a bunch of kids and that get after it, that they go after those 50-50 balls, that they're blocking out, they're rebounding, they're diving after loose balls, that they play with a lot of heart and play with a lot of confidence. And if we can do that, then we've got an opportunity to do something special here at Lincoln County.
I know when you decided to come here and take this job, you looked at the district to see the teams that you would be seeing. What do you see overall in this district?
A golden opportunity for Lincoln County. Being in Alabama, we play a lot of teams from Tennessee, and we have, there's games called Border Wars, and we see each other in a lot of tournaments different and around and about. And a couple of years ago when I was at John Carroll, we played Giles County. And so I got to see somebody from Central Tennessee, and then also up here in the with Father Ryan and Brentwood Academy and those types of things. And then also we cross over with teams with Blackman and Oakland from Murfreesboro. And in looking at it, we have a golden opportunity if we will just continue to focus on ourselves and get better each day and not worry about everybody else. If we'll do that, then we can make some noise very quickly here.
Let's go through your roster a little bit and tell us about the guys you've got.
Well, the first one off the sheet is Kyle Clem. Kyle Clem's a senior. Got a lot of playing time last year, watching a lot of film on him, and he's a very good student of the game. The thing I love about Kyle is he's very coachable, and he's willing to adapt and adjust is what I love to say. And because of that, he's brought a lot of things to make things easier for us. The second one is Ben Bassham. Ben is another kid that got some playing time last year. Ben's just going to be a sophomore, so stepping out that court as a freshman and playing in the the second round of the state tournament, it was exciting to see him, and he plays with a lot of confidence, which is good. And Taylor Clegren, Taylor is a senior that is stepped up, and he's one of the first leaders. He was one of the guys that stepped in and said, hey, we're going to follow Coach. We're going to do what he asked him to do, and excited what he's going to bring to the table. Holt Richardson, 11th grader. Holt is another one that got significant amount of playing time last year, and very good shooter. Does a great job of knowing when is a good shot, knowing when it's not a good shot, and does an excellent job of passing the basketball. Next one is Devin Gifford. Devin is a junior as well. Was on the team last year, and Devin is just so athletic. He has not even tapped into his potential yet. Excellent baseball player, multi-sport guy, but what I love about Devin is he's willing to get after the loose balls. He's willing to go rebound. He loves just to use his athleticism. A senior, Ruslan Gaines. Ruslan was on the team last year. What I love about Ru is he has worked on his toughness. He's worked on his aggressiveness, and Ru can shoot the ball. Ru can flat out shoot it. He's one of the top shooters that I have been around in my 20-plus years of coaching basketball, and seeing him shoot the ball is a lot of fun. I enjoy it and watching him. The next one is Logan Davis, another junior. Logan was on the team last year. Logan has really taken to working on his ball handling. He has taken on the role of leader. He's one of our spiritual leaders in the locker room, and really make sure that he steps up and does that every single day, and which is what I love. A sophomore, Adam Jasinski. Adam is just an athlete. Adam is an exceptional soccer player. He's got great feet. He's got great body movement, body language, and to see him on the court, especially with us liking the trap and the press, he takes proper angles, and you can tell he's carrying soccer over into basketball, which is a big plus. A freshman by the name of Jalen Brown. Jalen's coming from South Lincoln. He's a left-hander, very athletic. is growing into that backup point guard role that hopefully that he will take the time and learn from Kyle and really grow from him. But the thing that I love about Jalen is coachable. And when you add that, the fact that he's young and he's willing to learn, he's just going to continue to grow. Josiah Jenkins, a sophomore. JoJo is left-handed. I'm a big I love left-handed guys. Because they laugh. I always tell them that they think in their right mind. But JoJo does a great job of getting after loose balls, getting on the floor. He does those 50-50 balls and wins them, and just very, very aggressive, which for us, bringing it to the table is something we got to do every day. Another freshman that's going to have some playing time on varsity is Nealon Jean. You add the fact that he takes how many plays he played in football and the games that he started there, and you add that experience even on the football field in the varsity game, and you bring it in to the fact of he's going to be on the basketball court on the varsity level. The learning curve, was very short for him, and so because of that, he's been able to adjust and bring a solid inside presence for us. Another sophomore that's going to be playing a lot of minutes is Michael Anthony Gill. Michael's so long; he's hit a growth spurt over from May until now right here, and he has grown into that role of playing athletically and doing the things we need him to do. And he runs the court very, very well, and just love the fact that he's willing to work. He just brings it every single day. A senior, one of our 4 seniors is Cyrus Blackwell. Cyrus last year did not play, decided that he was going to step out and play, and he brings a physical presence into the post for us. Cyrus has taken on the role, hey, Coach, I just want to set screens, I want to block out, I want to play defense, I want to rebound. And you got to have those types of kids. And when you got those types of kids willing to accept the role and do it to the best of their ability, you only can benefit from it. Another gentleman that's going to see varsity time is a sophomore, Ethan Sticker. Ethan's another left-handed, 6'4", very long and lengthy. Does a great job of slashing to the goal. Does a great job of understanding what I want done on the court, and because of that, he has grown into as a player that has made huge strides over the summer. And the last one, probably our tallest player in the program, and is Jesse Whitehead. Jesse's just a sophomore as well, but Jesse is long. He's athletic. He has done a great job of taking constructive criticism and growing from it, and has made himself into a presence into the post. He's got to continue to make those strides, but what I love about Jesse is taking on the attitude, I want to get 1% better each day, and because of that, he just works his rear end off.
Coach, it's great to have you here in Lincoln County. Talk about the players' transition from what Coach Tips has done with this program to now the excitement and energy that you're bringing in here as well.
Well, one of the things that it's been real neat, like I said earlier, Coach Tibbs has helped me out tremendously from the standpoint, there's a lot of things that we do that are similar. There are some things that are different. So the learning curve has been relatively short for our guys. And then you add the fact that I was able to bring in Mark Canillas as one of my assistant coaches that is a longtime successful basketball coach in the Birmingham area as well. And then bring in Stephen Brown that I coached against when he was at Vestavia Hills High School, that also, he coached in college, coached is coached now in the high school level, a very brilliant mind, and it was an exceptional basketball player at Vestavia as well as a quarterback. But to have him in that can be able to more relate, in because like we all talk about is at the college level now in football, it's basketball on grass. So he's able to bring in some things for me to help me see things from differently, to help with angles and help from a defensive aspect. And he was taught and brought up the right way by his high school coaches of doing the little things. And then you add Randy Milligan, who we brought on staff. Randy and I got to know Randy when I was at UAB and he was at Murray State coaching college basketball. And Randy is a longtime college veteran that people don't realize has been sitting right here in Lincoln County community. And so to have him brought in and buy and bring all that together and buy into what we're trying to do, it's been a great job. But we could not have made this smooth transition without the fact of what Chad had done previously. And because with Chad opening up and talking to me and helping me make this, this learning curve a lot easier, our guys have been able to step out in a lot quicker fashion to be able to get more comfortable, to play with more confidence, and they're doing things that they have always been able to do, but now because they're playing with that confidence, it's now they're getting to see the fruits of their labor, and so from that standpoint, it's been good.
Everything tips off right here at Lincoln County High School on November 14th. We invite you on out here. It's going to be a fun night of basketball, and then make sure you're here for all the rest of the home games. And follow this team on the road, too, as well as the Lady Falcons. It's going to be a fun year of basketball. Coach Marty, appreciate your time, and good luck this year.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. We'll see you out here at Lincoln County High School.